Hey everybody, welcome back to Angry Bird. It's Tyler, and I took a day off, and probably a day and a half almost, I would say. Just trying to absorb all the noise. And if you ever heard of a guy named Bo in the Fifth Column, I was watching Bo. Bo is probably the original OG that I was tuning into. And when he checked out, when he stopped talking, and he had to do something different. I remember him that video. I'm gonna try to find it and post it down in the link so everybody can see who I'm talking about. But he said that you would get overwhelmed if you did it long enough, and you do this long enough, and you're just sticking to it. And I think part of what um, the noise that the GOP makes, MAGA makes, Trump makes, is for that purpose, is to wear us down to the point of, where it's just overwhelming, and it just becomes a point where we got to take a break. We got to get out of it, and oh man, it's just too much noise to filter through. So before I get into all the noise, I'm starting to get my stuff now to, put behind me and make it make me look more what I'm about and what I'm trying to be for y'all, and communicate out to y'all. So here's one of the posters I got, and let me know what you think. I'll try to leave it up long enough. Oh my gosh, why is it? Man, I don't know if you can read that, if it's backwards or what. But like, that is kind of like one of my most inspiring quotes I've ever heard. Basically saying, as long as you're breathing, there's only one way forward. It doesn't matter how you move forward as long as you're moving forward. Trying, pushing, talking, speaking. As long as you're breathing, the fight is always in front of you. I just like that. I like that quote. Um, so just in case it wasn't able to be read, I'm just going to read it out loud and kind of hit it home. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Doesn't matter where you are in the fight. You don't have to be the front soldier. You don't have to be the man spitting logic, Bo the Fifth, Tennessee Brando, Texas Paul. You don't have to be these guys spitting logic out there and collecting the information, collecting the noise, getting worn down in thought, wondering why these people that they're hoodwinking ain't waking up to the hoodwink yet, or why they don't see it the way everyone else is seeing it. So my goal is to hopefully be what Bo did to me, and what Tennessee Brando's did to me, and what Texas Paul is doing to his crowd. I just found him, but man, he's good. Yeah, he's really good. And then maybe someday, with some better communication and practice, I'll just be another guy out there reaching some people, making a difference, and turning things for everybody. So let's pack down some of this noise that's going on everywhere, and or unpack some of this noise. First of all, he's a felon, 34 times over. The accountability he got was an ego hit, which by all means is, I know it seems little, because to any of us it would have been petty. It'd have been like, whatever, man. We would have walked out of there like, that's all he did. Joking, right? But to him, that's like insult to injury, man. That's hacking salt down into something on him. He wants that off his record. He's going to do everything he can to get that off his record. He's pissed that Don Bongino, man, that hateful POS, man, that guy's so just always mad, in the thing, he's out there calling for Roberts and Amy, or the people that recommended Amy's heads. It's just like, these guys are insane, and when the shit was just being fed to me way back when, it was Beau the Fifth. It was Beau the Fifth. That was the one guy I followed because he could really break it down in a fashion that made it easy, dude. It just made it easy, not just easy for me to understand, so I can start interpreting things a little better and differently and see, but more because I can explain it to somebody else. So it was like, and then if I couldn't that time, I'd be like, oh man, maybe I could go back to that video and see where that was from, and then maybe use where he got his information from, and then maybe, plant that seed over there and see if they bite, So it's been crazy, man, but he's a felon. That's one. And he's faced no accountability for that, other than the ego hit, and other than the consequences of being a felon in the USA, which means, what does that mean? You can't vote, right? Or I don't know how that's going to work on the vote. Don't quote me there, but I know if you're a felon, you can't carry a gun. You can't own a gun, right? So there's some consequences there, but these are it's equivalent of a parent yelling at their kid, but not yelling at their kid for even anything, really, but just yelling at their kid and then walking away. But they yelled at them in front of everybody, so the kid's pissed now, How dare you embarrass me? That's kind of what we're seeing. Hopefully that gives it a spin for you. That kind of puts it in the perspective I see it in. Because all I see is a whiny kid. I just, it's unfathomable. All right, so then there's the Gulf of America. Let's make it the Gulf of America. Come on, Buzz. The Gulf of MAGA. Look, if you don't know Trump, and this is your first go, you weren't around for the first 4 years for whatever reason, you were able to tune it out. It was impossible for me to tune it out. It was just impossible. And now that you are paying attention, it's going to be impossible for you to turn it out too. And it only gets worse. So this is where we're at now. It only gets worse. So you're talking about all these things, Gulf America, invade Panama, maybe use military force in Greenland if they don't just give it to us or something, whatever the hell that means, or let us buy it. Canada. These things are just ridiculous. What you have to understand about MAGA is every single thing that isn't MAGA is an enemy. Plain as day. Who's their allies? Pick them. Tell me. Point them out. Point out a MAGA ally. Say, hey, we're MAGA allies over here. Dude, there ain't any. They're cherry picking. They're cherry picking everything. They're trying to fight the weaker. That's how intimidation works. That's all it is with this administration. So this is all the noise you're going to hear. And the picks they got, the plan they have, the fact that climate change is real, the Arctic is opening up, and they want the land up there. They're looking at the land, and they're looking at their children and going, this is where we're going to create wealth for you guys. And they're going, this is what we're going to do. It's incredible. Deep MAGA is pissed over, they're MAGA fighting MAGA over the H-1Bs, and they got hoodwinked. And then they got told they're stupid. They're pissed. All sorts of noise coming down the pipeline. All sorts of noise. And so now our allies have responded. NATO has responded as, we're going to defend Greenland. And then now they're reported, I don't verify this, but that NATO is now moving their assets in defense of possible USA strikes or USA hostilities. So we went from having allies, sending money only, winning a war in Ukraine without sending no people on the ground. If you don't know, you're not paying attention, but Russia's down 1 million troops. They're down 80% of their, equipment or something crazy, some really high number. They're on the brink of collapse. That's going to be over. It's like a victory coming. It's in, tangible victory. China it has economic turmoil. They're going to be in decline for probably 2 decades. The USA is going to gain traction in the world economy if China declines. The EU declines because of the population growth and economic outputs. There's all sorts of world levers being pushed, and then we just go as USA always does, we just go and throw a wrench in all that and break up everything. And yeah, I'm in pajama bottoms, man. I don't care. It's too early in the morning to get dressed. All I did was let the dogs out, and man, it is brisk. If you're in Ohio right now, it's cold. So here we are, 34 felons making noise, and he's trying to slip his picks under. Now, what we don't know is how much intimidation is going on back doors to these senators to get his picks through so they can roll out their Project 2025, what they keep saying is a mandate. I mean, I don't know how many times everybody could point out that it ain't, but they ain't going to stop saying it. They ain't going to stop saying it was immigrant terrorists blowing people up. They ain't going to stop saying who the enemies are. See, now the enemy isn't the Democrats unless there's a fire. Then it's the Democrats. They don't know what they're doing. California, right? Everything was reported as to why it happened. It's an extreme event. You can't fix extreme. You can regulate it next time. Maybe the building structure should be different materials. The roofs, I don't know. You can argue the management of the areas around it. But these are the richest people. This is their neighborhoods and stuff that got blown down. The fire came from within one. People are dying, and they're out there making political scorecard points on it, trying to rally their troops to how things, these people want help and they're not helping themselves kind of crap. And it's unbelievable, So they're doing that noise making. And everybody just doesn't know what to think of it all, right? I'm going to tell you what to think of it all. If I was you, until you're proven wrong, that's the plan. He's want to take Panama. Russia needs Panama. Russia has sanctions on Panama. There's rare minerals up in Greenland. China, we're about to do an economic war with China, he's saying. We're going to have to get our, minerals somewhere else. Mexico's the enemy because they got cartels and they're sending fentanyl, getting our kids addicted and ODing, they say. So Mexico's the enemy. Canada's the enemy because the economics, it's unfair. They treat us like dirt. They're taking advantage. We support them militarily. It's not fair. Everybody's the damn enemy, man. Wake up, MAGA. You're the only ones? You're the only ones that see everything and everyone else is hoodwinked? You gotta be shitting me, man. You gotta be shitting me. It's like, look, man, I mean, political identities get everyone twisted. But I love it that they woke up to the H-1B because they're out there firing Americans. They're telling them our education system sucks and we shouldn't have it. So defund education. But we ain't gonna hire you because you're too dumb, and we're gonna hire them. And then the reason why is because they ain't Americans, and we can push them 80 hours a week and underpay them and give them miserable conditions, and they love it because it's the best opportunity they've ever had. Whereas we look at that like that's slavery, man. What do you see what they're doing? The H-1Bs fucked us. Now we need to fill in the ranks, but where's the investment? Where's the investment from us? They don't want to pay us. They don't want the Americans that demand things in their workforces. Elon, Trump, all those people, man. They want people barely making it that have no choice. They have to show up and then worship the fact that they got a little piece of something so they can eat. Wish y'all would wake up, man. But at any rate, man, so they're out there making noise, and it's the picks, man. It's the picks. Pete, Tulsi, Dr. Oz, RFK, the felon. This guy's got a felony vote. He just did. It's been reported. So, or under investigation for a felony vote. I don't know how to say that right now, but that's it's the picks. They're there to take everything away from you as a taxpayer, and say it's because they're there to fix it. And then while they're doing it, they're going to blame everyone else for every problem in your life. They're all enemies. While they simultaneously, sleight of hand, rip your carpet from under you. When you're on your back, and you got a knot on the back of your head, and you wake up and you're like, what the hell just happened? And we're all there, fuck, man, we've been telling you. And the leper's trying to eat your face, and finally, we see you're one of us now. We pull the leper off, and like, you joining us now or what? Come on, bag, and wake up, man. Our country's under attack. You voted them in. You voted them in. These are. If you can't see it, I mean, I don't know. Corrupt judges, man, bought and paid for by billionaires. Billionaires all across the cabinet. Billionaires all throwing millions of dollars for a party. Billionaires all saying, hey, these are the regulations we want. These are the ones we want. And everybody that doesn't benefit is a taxpayer, is a citizen, is the low class, working class. Tariffs only hurt us. Only hurt us. I mean, come on. They're getting a tax break. They're trying to add debt. And they're like, they're getting a tax break for themselves. They're like, how do we pay for it? Me and you, man. So it's the picks. It's the plan. They're making noise so no one's looking. And that might be part of the later plan, what they're talking about now. They're planting that seed, riling up the base to make sure that when the pain hits, they got the enemies pointed out already. So they're enraged to go send their kids. They're enraged to go themselves. It's ridiculous, man. There's Proud Boys, or not Proud Boys, sorry. Who are they? The January 6ers that have been locked up, defendants and whatever, are threatening the cops now. Oh, we're coming for you first, or we're coming for you. That's been reported from the cops. The Capitol officers, the ones we let down. Hello, America. Back the blue. What the fuck was that? What is going on? You see what I'm saying about the noise? It's, man, letting those guys out. The threats. The emails to the students right after the vote. The Charlie Kirks claiming they own women now, basically. Putting people in positions to unfold everything and then point out all the enemies so we all get Everybody goes, okay, we'll go hurt those guys now, and then those guys. Well, they're not paying attention to nothing. You know, it's enraging, man. It really is. I hope y'all find this. I hope it all makes sense to you, my perspective, and perhaps one day, soon, our ranks are going to be so full that they ain't going to have a choice, man. And then we're just going to have to make our demands known. What do you think they should be? End Citizens United and lobbying, make lobbying illegal, prosecute every single one of them involved in gutting and cherry picking and self-lining themselves instead of serving the public and instead of serving the oath they took. At the very least, make sure they're a laborer again. At the very least. Hey, welcome back. Here's some tools. Let's go. Make them join the club because they're so disconnected and it's disgusting. Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.